Be Me, 30, Dr. Elena Rodriguez, feminist relationship researcher at NYU, PhD in gender studies, author of Dismantling Male Entitlement in Romance. Host popular podcast, What Women Deserve, with 600K followers. Regular expert on morning shows discussing toxic male expectations. My research focus: exposing unrealistic demands men place on women. Core belief driving all my work: men want bang maids and therapists. They expect women to provide sex, emotional labor, and domestic service, while offering minimal commitment or emotional availability in return. Modern men are Peter Pan children seeking replacement mothers. My job is warning women about these exploitative relationship dynamics. Latest study proposal approved. Male relationship expectations in 2024. Planning to survey 1,000 men about their dating and relationship goals. Expecting to document systematic entitlement and unrealistic standards. Will prove men want traditional wives with modern income independence. This research will expose male hypocrisy once and for all. Design comprehensive survey covering all relationship aspects. Questions about sexual expectations, domestic responsibilities, career priorities, financial arrangements, emotional support, childcare duties. Expect responses confirming men want everything while giving nothing. Perfect data to support my thesis about male relationship parasitism. First batch of responses comes in. Immediately notice unexpected patterns. Men aren't demanding sexual availability or domestic servitude. Instead, describing desire for emotional connection and partnership. This doesn't match the entitled misogyny I expected to find. Maybe they're giving socially acceptable answers, hiding true desires. Dig deeper into open-ended responses about ideal relationships. Michael, 28, software engineer. I want someone who genuinely likes me. Not settling for me because I check boxes, but actually enjoys my company. Someone who laughs at my jokes and wants to spend time together. I don't need perfect woman, just someone who sees me as enough. This isn't sexual objectification or domestic slavery fantasy. He's describing basic human desire for acceptance and affection. Many responses echo this same theme, wanting to be chosen and valued, not for what they provide, but for who they are as people. David, 32, teacher. I want partnership where both people contribute. I'll cook if she does dishes. I'll work if she handles finances. Not looking for traditional roles, just fair division of responsibilities. Someone who appreciates my efforts instead of always wanting more. Again, this contradicts my expectations about male entitlement. He's describing reciprocal relationship, not one-sided exploitation. Many men mention wanting appreciation for their contributions, instead of endless demands for improvement and change. Jake, 26, nurse. I want emotional safety to be vulnerable. Someone I can share fears and insecurities with, who won't use my openness against me during arguments. I want to feel loved even when I'm not being strong. This completely challenges my framework about male emotional unavailability. He's actively seeking emotional intimacy, not avoiding it. Wants vulnerability and connection, exact opposite of toxic masculinity stereotype. But he's learned emotional openness gets weaponized against men. Survey responses consistently show men wanting basic human needs met. Acceptance, appreciation, affection, emotional safety, partnership. Not bangmaids or replacement mothers. Not domestic servants or emotional doormats. Just humans wanting to be loved despite their flaws. Top 5 most common male relationship desires surprise me completely. 1. Someone who actually likes spending time with me. 2. Appreciation for things I do well. 3. Physical affection without it always leading to sex. 4. Emotional support during difficult times. 5. Partnership where we solve problems together. These sound like reasonable human needs, not toxic male entitlement. Where's the objectification and exploitation I expected to document? Maybe men are lying on surveys, hiding their true predatory nature. Decide to conduct in-person interviews for more honest responses. First interview with Marcus, 34, divorced father. Expecting him to complain about ex-wife not doing enough. Instead, he describes trying desperately to save marriage. I worked 50 hours a week, helped with kids, did housework. She said I wasn't romantic enough anymore. but I was exhausted trying to meet all her expectations. He continues with heartbreaking honesty. I bought flowers every Friday for 3 years. Planned date nights, weekend getaways, surprise dinners. But she always found something I wasn't doing right. Finally realized I'd never be good enough. This doesn't sound like entitled male demanding servitude. Sounds like human being trying desperately to please partner, who had unrealistic expectations about constant romance, while he worked full-time and shared domestic responsibilities. Ask Marcus what he wants in future relationships. Someone who notices when I try, who doesn't keep moving goalposts every time I improve. I want to feel valued for who I am, not criticized for who I'm not. Just basic appreciation for my efforts. Interview Kevin, 29, never married, about his relationship goals. I want someone who's excited to see me come home, not someone who sees me as project to fix. I cook, clean, have stable job, treat women well. But they always want me to be taller, richer, more exciting. He shows me dating app conversations where women lose interest. Not because he's disrespectful or demanding, but because he's not 6 feet tall or making 6 figures. Women swiping left on good men for superficial reasons, then complaining there are no good men available. Kevin's ideal relationship sounds completely reasonable. We both work, split expenses fairly, take turns cooking and cleaning, support each other's goals and dreams, have fun together, grow old together. This is partnership, not exploitation of female labor. Interview Tom, 31, about sexual expectations in relationships, expecting him to demand constant availability and performance. Instead, he describes wanting physical intimacy as connection. Sex isn't just physical release for me. It's how I feel close to my partner. When she rejects me constantly, I feel unloved. I want someone who actually desires me, not just tolerates me. He explains the psychological impact of sexual rejection. It's not about entitlement to her body. It's about feeling wanted and attractive to someone I love. When she acts like sex is chore, I feel like burden. I'd rather masturbate than feel like I'm imposing. This reveals complexity I never considered in my research. Men's sexuality isn't just about physical gratification. It's emotional need for feeling desired and connected. Sexual rejection feels like personal rejection of their entire being. They want partnership, not just access to female bodies. Interview Robert, 35, about expectations for domestic responsibilities. Expecting traditional gender role demands. Instead, he describes wanting fair division of labor. I don't expect her to cook and clean while I relax. But I also don't want to work full-time then come home to chores. We should both contribute based on what makes sense. Maybe she cooks because she enjoys it. I handle finances because I'm good at it. He continues, I dated a woman who demanded I pay all bills, but also wanted me to split housework 50-50ths. So I worked 60 hours a week and did half the cleaning, while she worked part-time and kept her money for shopping. This sounds like female entitlement, not male exploitation. Pattern emerges across all interviews. Men want reciprocity. They'll contribute financially if partner contributes domestically. They'll split chores if expenses are split equally. They'll provide emotional support if they receive it back. Basic fairness, not traditional gender oppression. Interview single fathers about their relationship expectations, expecting them to want female childcare labor. Instead, finding men who handle parenting responsibilities themselves. They want partners who accept their children, not replace their role. Many describe women rejecting them for having baggage. Steve, 33, single dad. I don't need stepmother for my kids. I need partner who likes children and treats mine well. I handle discipline, homework, medical appointments. Just want someone who sees my kids as blessing, not burden. He shows me dating profiles explicitly stating no single dads. Women eliminating devoted fathers from consideration. These men aren't seeking unpaid childcare services. They're complete parents looking for accepting partners. Interview men about emotional labor expectations. Core feminist complaint that men demand emotional caretaking. Instead, finding men who want mutual emotional support. They're willing to provide comfort and advice, but also need emotional care during difficult times. Jason, 27. I listen when she's stressed about work. Give advice, make her dinner, run her a bath. But when I'm struggling with family problems, she says she's not my therapist and can't handle my emotions. This contradicts narrative about men avoiding emotional labor. He's providing emotional support, but not receiving it. Women expecting emotional caretaking without reciprocation. Men frustrated by one-sided emotional relationships. Many men describe being told their emotions are too much, that they should handle stress and sadness independently, while being expected to provide unlimited emotional support. Double standard that contradicts feminist theory about emotional labor. Interview men about their expectations for women's careers. Expecting traditional demands for women to stay home. Instead, finding support for female professional ambitions. Many prefer partners with careers and financial independence. They want collaboration, not dependence. Chris, 30. I want partner who's passionate about her work. Someone with her own goals and interests. I don't want to be sole provider. That's too much pressure. 2 incomes, 2 perspectives, 2 sources of fulfillment. He describes previous relationship where girlfriend quit working. Expected him to fund her lifestyle while she found herself. This created resentment and financial stress. He much prefers dating women with career ambitions. Survey data confirms interview findings consistently. Greater than 89% of men support their partner's career goals. Greater than 76% prefer relationships where both partners work. Only 12% want traditional breadwinner arrangement. Men want partnership, not dependent housewives. Start questioning my entire theoretical framework. Maybe men aren't seeking exploitation of female labor. Maybe they want genuine partnership and mutual support. Maybe my research was based on biased sample of bad relationships. Need to examine where I got these ideas about male entitlement. Review feminist literature that shaped my understanding. Find articles about male relationship expectations from 1960s to 1980s. These describe traditional marriages where women were financially dependent, but apply same framework to modern relationships, where women often out-earn men and have more options. Modern men face completely different relationship dynamics. Women have financial independence and endless dating choices. Men must compete for female attention and approval. Power structure completely inverted from historical patterns. Yet feminist theory hasn't updated to reflect new reality. Interview therapists who work with male relationship issues. Dr. Sarah Kim specializes in men's emotional health. Male clients consistently describe wanting emotional connection. They don't want bang maids, they want life partners. Most common complaint: feeling unappreciated despite constant effort. These men are trying everything to please women who can't be satisfied. She shows me client intake forms that contradict my assumptions. Want someone who values my contributions. Tired of being told I'm not enough. Looking for partnership, not constant criticism. Need emotional support, not just providing it. Dr. Kim explains what she sees in practice. Men come in devastated by relationship failures. They've tried everything: therapy, self-help, complete personality changes. But partners still leave for someone taller, richer, more exciting. These aren't toxic men, they're traumatized humans. Interview women about their actual relationship expectations. To compare with what men think women want. Find massive gap between feminist theory and female behavior. Women have much higher standards than men realize, creating impossible situation for average males. Jessica, 28, marketing manager, describes her requirements. Must be 6 feet tall, make $100,000 plus, have advanced degree. Emotionally available, but not needy. Ambitious, but available whenever I need him. Confident, but willing to change based on my feedback. Her list of requirements spans 2 pages. Physical attributes, financial benchmarks, personality traits. Social status indicators, lifestyle compatibility factors. No man could possibly meet all these expectations. Yet she considers this knowing her worth. Compare Jessica's demands with her male equivalent. Mark, 29, similar education and income level. Wants someone who's kind and has similar values. Doesn't have to be model, just takes care of herself. Stable job, doesn't matter how much she makes. Someone who laughs at my jokes and enjoys my company. The disparity is shocking and reveals the real problem. Men have reasonable, achievable relationship expectations. Women have endless checklists of perfection requirements. Then wonder why they can't find anyone who meets standards, while blaming men for not being good enough. Research dating app data to quantify this phenomenon. Women swipe right on 4.5% of male profiles. Men swipe right on 61.9% of female profiles. Women rate 80% of men as below average attractiveness. Men rate women on normal distribution curve. This data completely contradicts feminist dating narratives. Men are far less picky and more accepting. Women are incredibly selective and judgmental. Yet men are portrayed as the shallow, demanding gender. Reality is exactly opposite of feminist theory. Interview men who've given up on dating entirely. MGDOW. Men going their own way. Community members. Expecting angry misogynists who hate women. Instead finding exhausted men who tried everything. Finally accepting they'll never meet female standards. Derek, 32, software developer, explains his withdrawal. I spent 8 years trying to become good enough. Lost 50 pounds, got promoted, learned to dance. Went to therapy, read relationship books, developed hobbies. Still got rejected for being 5 feet 8 inches instead of 6 feet 2 inches. He shows me transformation photos and dating progress journal. Documented self-improvement over nearly a decade. Physical fitness, career advancement, social skill development. All to meet increasingly impossible female standards. Finally gave up when realized he'd never be tall enough. Derek's current perspective on relationships. I wanted traditional partnership with modern equality. Someone to build life with, share responsibilities. But women want perfect men, not good men. I'm happier alone than constantly failing someone's test. This isn't misogyny or hatred of women. It's rational response to impossible relationship market. Men removing themselves from game they can't win. Society loses good potential partners and fathers. Interview international men about American women's expectations. Find consistent pattern. Foreign men shocked by American female demands. European, Asian, Latin American men describing cultural differences. American women seen as uniquely entitled and difficult. Antonio, 29, from Italy. Italian women want good man who treats them well. American women want prince from Disney movie. They have lists of requirements that eliminate 95% of men. Then complain there are no good men available. Hiroshi, 31, from Japan. Japanese women appreciate effort and dedication. American women see effort as minimum expectation. Nothing you do is ever enough. Always need to do more. They treat relationships like job interviews where you always fail. This international perspective reveals American exceptionalism. American women have highest relationship expectations globally, driven by social media, dating apps, feminist messaging, creating impossible standards that destroy male mental health. While other cultures maintain more realistic expectations, mental health data confirms what interviews revealed. Male depression and suicide rates correlating with relationship struggles. Areas with highest female education/income have highest male suicide rates. Dating app usage directly linked to male mental health decline. Men killing themselves over romantic isolation and rejection. Therapist specializing in male suicide prevention shares insights. Men don't kill themselves because women won't have sex with them. They kill themselves because they feel fundamentally unlovable. Modern dating culture tells average men they're genetic failures. Society offers no hope or support for struggling males. Review my original research hypothesis with new understanding. I expected to find male entitlement and unrealistic demands. Instead found men wanting basic human needs met, while women have developed impossible standards for partnership. Entire premise of my research was backwards. The shocking truth about what men actually want. Acceptance for who they are, not constant improvement demands. Appreciation for their efforts, not criticism for their shortcomings. Emotional support during difficult times, not just providing it. Physical intimacy as connection, not just sexual release. Partnership in building life together, not someone to serve. These desires aren't toxic masculinity or male entitlement. They're basic human needs that women share equally. But men are shamed for wanting them, while women are celebrated for demanding perfection, creating unsustainable relationship dynamics. Most shocking realization, modern women are the entitled gender. They demand men meet impossible standards while offering little reciprocity. Expect constant romance, perfect bodies, unlimited emotional support. while providing conditional love based on performance metrics. Men have become relationship slaves trying to earn female approval. Decide to completely rewrite my research and conclusions. Can't publish data supporting feminist victimhood narratives, when evidence clearly shows men are the relationship victims. Title change: The Entitled Princess Complex, How Modern Women Broke Dating. This will destroy my career, but I can't ignore the truth. Feminist colleagues react with horror to new thesis. Dr. Williams, you've been manipulated by male sob stories. This research validates misogynistic narratives about female entitlement. You're betraying decades of feminist progress. But I can't unsee what the data revealed about relationship dynamics. Publisher rejects manuscript immediately. Male victimhood doesn't sell to our female demographic. Women want validation that they deserve more, not less. Reframe this as women having healthy boundaries. Market forces prevent honest discussion about female entitlement. Self-published book despite professional suicide. Male response overwhelming. Thousands buying copies for wives/girlfriends. Men grateful someone finally documented their relationship experiences. Women initially outraged, but some having breakthrough moments. Recognizing their impossible standards in my research. Most powerful testimonial comes from married couple. Wife read book, realized she'd been constantly criticizing husband. Started appreciating his efforts instead of demanding perfection. Husband felt loved for first time in years, became more affectionate. Their relationship transformed when expectations became realistic. 6 months post-publication, measuring cultural impact. Relationship satisfaction improving in areas with high readership. Women reporting more empathy for male relationship struggles. Dating coaches incorporating research into female client work. Slow shift toward more reasonable relationship expectations. The shocking truth I discovered completely inverted my worldview. Men don't want bang maids, therapists, or domestic servants. They want basic human love, acceptance, and partnership. Women have become the entitled gender with impossible demands, while men desperately try to meet standards designed for failure. My journey from feminist researcher to relationship realist. Started believing men were exploitative relationship predators. Discovered they're humans seeking same love and connection as women, but facing impossible standards that destroy their mental health. Truth required abandoning comfortable feminist victimhood narratives. Final insight that guides my current work. Healthy relationships require reasonable expectations from both genders. Men's desires for love and acceptance aren't toxic or entitled. Women's demands for perfection are destroying relationship culture. Until we acknowledge this reality, dating will remain broken, and good people will continue suffering unnecessarily. The shocking truth about male relationship desires. They're not shocking at all, just basic human needs. Made controversial by feminist ideology that demonizes masculinity. Men want same things women want: love, respect, partnership. Time to stop treating male humanity as toxic entitlement and start building relationships on mutual acceptance instead of impossible standards.